As the last one to speak, it's worth repeating. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I was going to say two more. It's not over yet. Maybe everything's been said, but it's not been said by everybody. So here I stand before you. But I do think it's important to note that this is a united conference in the idea that we have to have meaningful spending reforms. And the House has sent something over. You hear Chuck Schumer with his fiery rhetoric on the Senate floor. The truth is he has no plan. And Joe Biden needs to, put his aviators on, get off the couch, and get to the table. And that's what we're here to amplify. And I will point out one other piece of this package I think is really important. It doesn't get as much talk. The REINS Act was included in this. So we talk about spending reforms, but we also need reforms in the administrative state that foist these burdens on the American people to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars every year with burdensome regulations. If it's such a good idea, if these unelected bureaucrats think it's such a good idea, Congress should have to vote on this stuff. And I think that's a meaningful reform that's included too that I certainly...
Good evening, friends. I have serious news to share with you this Friday. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell has just stated that he will not be backing a debt ceiling increase without any big changes. Several Democrats are also working together to pass a new bill that would provide thousands of dollars extra to low-income seniors and retirees. My dearest friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video for all of the latest information. Also, I will be announcing several winners for today's Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter these weekly giveaways, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, my friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell has signed onto a letter stating that he and more than 40 members of the Senate GOP conference will not back any bill that raises the debt ceiling without substantial spending and budget reforms. The letter is addressed to Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and would be Mitch McConnell's clearest statement to date about what he is willing to support to avoid a national default next month. The letter states, "The Senate Republican Conference is united behind the House Republican Conference in support of spending cuts and structural budget reform as a starting point for negotiations on the debt ceiling." The letter is being led by conservative Senator Mike Lee, who wants to ensure that Republicans can sustain a filibuster of a clean bill to raise a debt ceiling, which is what Democrats are demanding. A source familiar with the effort confirmed that more than 40 GOP senators have already signed on, including Mitch McConnell's entire leadership team. Mitch McConnell has worked behind the scenes to gain support for the letter. The signatories include Senators John Thune, Barrasso, Ernst, and Capito. The Senate Republican letter states, "Our economy is in freefall due to unsustainable fiscal policies," and declares this trajectory must be addressed with fiscal reforms. Mitch McConnell, who worked out a deal with Senate Democrats in 2021 to raise a debt limit, has previously said, "The current debt limit negotiations should be handled entirely by President Biden and Speaker Kevin McCarthy." This May 9th, Mitch McConnell, Chuck Schumer, and Kevin McCarthy, and House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries are expected to begin their first serious discussion on how to avoid a default. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen warned congressional leaders that the United States could soon exhaust the extraordinary measures that her department has employed since January. During an interview with MSNBC News, Biden called McCarthy an honest man, but suggested the GOP leader would have a hard time selling a potential debt ceiling deal to his conservative caucus. President Biden also demurred on possibly invoking the public debt clause of the 14th Amendment, which has been floated by some legal scholars as overriding the nation's congressionally approved borrowing limit, essentially compelling the government to continue to make payments. The GOP-controlled House voted last week along party lines, 217 to 215 to pass a proposal to raise the debt limit by $1.5 trillion and curb spending by $4.8 trillion. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts about what's going on in Congress? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. The future of Social Security remains uncertain, forcing people to ask questions like, will Social Security run out? If you plan to rely on the program in the year 2035, keep in mind there is a chance you could receive less in Social Security benefits than you might have expected. If no changes are made to deal with the trust fund shortfall, benefits will have to be reduced by 25%. For millions of retired adults, that kind of cut in benefits would represent a big financial hit. A legislative proposal called the Social Security 2100 Act from Representative John Larson favors the later option. It would raise the federal payroll tax by 6.2% for employers and would only raise taxes on employees who make more than $400,000 a year. The bill has gained some support by several lawmakers. Another option to increase tax revenue to fund Social Security is to raise the amount of earnings subject to taxation. Only the amount of wages up to the Social Security contribution and benefit base are subject to Social Security taxes. To help the trust fund remain solvent, the taxable wage limit would have to be even higher or lifted entirely, so that all income would be subject to the payroll tax. This change would affect high-income individuals whose earnings above $137,700 currently escape taxation for Social Security. Raising the taxable wage limit would only affect people whose wages exceed the current contribution and benefit base. So, for example, if you earn $80,000 per year, you would pay Social Security taxes on all of your income. So whether the limit is $130,000, $300,000, or removed entirely, it does not affect your payroll taxes. Well, my beautiful and most dearest friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Thank you, dear friends, for being here and for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, I will be announcing several winners today for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter the giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances, my friends, of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed Friday.